stop. Now let's talk about the swing here. You need to have the swing have a certain path and be steady through the contact zone so you're accurate, right?
Right.
So, path, avenue, lane, railroad track, highway that goes straight. Visualize that right here on the side of your body there's going to be a path here. It can even be the devil's alley. Here's my path. So I need to keep my swing inside the devil's alley. You guys can't see it on camera here, but it would be like this. Here's the path right here, the white line. If you watch me swing here, you're going to see that my racket stays on the path the whole time. On the medium shot, right here, it's on the line. Look, it's on the line, staying on the line. When it gets here, the ball's gone, then it comes off the line. But during the contact zone, it's on the path. It's not coming in and out of it. It stays on it. Here's an example that has worked for me like you wouldn't believe it. So here's a bench here, and you put a bunch of books on top of that bench, as if it was a bookshelf. I joke around and say, I was drinking a little juice, and I put the cup on top of the corner of the shelf here, and then I turn around and I put my foot nudged on the bench, and the juice spilled all over it. So here we got the bench. Juice spilled to the side here. There's a big puddle on the side of my shelf of books. It went under the shelf, and there's a puddle on the other side too. Oh, lucky me, because these are precious books, and the terrain is a little bit angled here, so that on this side, on the edge of the shelf, it's dry on the ground. So here we got a little shelf of books, wet on this side, wet on this side, dry on the end of the last book and after. So this is your task now. Let's try to hit the racket on the first book here on the shelf and clear all the books of the shelf and make sure they all go on the dry. Because if you turn the racket out of the axis, you're going to get the books to fall over here on where the puddle is. Okay. You understand the concept? Yeah. And the books, one after the other, to help also visualize. Think of the dominoes, you know, one domino after another, get a domino effect. And in this case, because it's a book of shelf of books, they're touching each other, so you don't have that ta-ta-ta effect. That's not what I'm worried about, the ta-ta-ta. I'm worried about that going on the same line, you know, going on the same direction.
You want to keep the racket.
So you want to keep your racket
pushing the books off the shelf.
Exactly.
In a straight way so they don't come off.
It's just a way for you to visualize.
Okay.
So here we go, on the side here, and you're going to clear the shelf of books, right? There's another example I'm going to give you. Instead of a shelf of books, I'm going to make you turn into a swing.
Okay. So
here we go. Here's a racket. I'm going to turn this racket into a swing seat.
Okay.
And that little kid comes over here and he sits right here. Now he's going to swing, right? So now I know that your swing path is going to be like this. So the kid's sitting there, right? If you go like this, the kid goes flying off the seat. Poor little guy. You want to stay here. Keep the kid sitting on a swing.
Okay.
So, whoa! It goes back, right? There you go. You got the racket here to stay on a path. So that you want to hit the ball there, the path will lead you there. So you go step by step. You're going to start off right. Very important to be out here and not here, okay? Right. Now, do the first part. Second part. You set to hit and you're planning when. Now do the swing, knowing how it's supposed to feel like, right on. When you're about to hit the ball on the contact zone, that's when you have a few options here. Not this one. We talked about that. You don't want to flick your wrist. You're losing control over direction. You can either keep it firm. It just keeps firm. And your arm can't go any further here, right? So it's going to start naturally bending on the elbow here, see? So your elbow's inside of your shoulder, not down here. if you go here and you stop your arm here and you let it start doing that, it's okay too. You can do it that way. I've seen pros rip the ball that way, but you're missing out on a little bit of extra extension on the stroke. Will give you a little extra power, a little extra control over direction. So you want your arm to go as far out as it can in a relaxed way. And then when it gets here, it just comfortably bends at elbow level. Done. And it's something that everybody should learn to do. You can base your game on it, and always hit tops, or you can master both. Be able to hit it both flat and topspin, which you just have to drop the racket a little bit more here and use a windshield wiper action when you hit. I tell the little kids, hey, when it's raining, your mommy turns the windshield wiper on, and she, oh, that's all I need to say. They know what this is.
Right.
And they haven't driven a car yet. They're kids. Right. They've seen a windshield wiper. They know windshield wiper don't do this thing. Right. Anybody knows that. Right. People that try to add spin without dropping the racket have a harder time because it's harder to come up and bite with a racket coming here. The tendency is for the ball to go down.
Okay, so people talking about a wrist snap, which might be a bad word. You're
Right.
really talking about a windshield wiper turn of the
wipers, yeah. Instead of closing.
So more of this motion, not this motion, but when we snap the wrist, it's a snap up.
Goodbye, you know.
A goodbye, like you're waving.
You know why I like goodbye too? You never say goodbye on the side, you know.
Yeah, you always say
It's
goodbye
in
out
front. You know why I like the windshield wiper too? Because the windshield wiper is in front. Nobody drives a car and feels the windshield wiper going like here on the side.
Right.
No, it's in front of it because the windshield itself is in front. So if the wiper's out here.
Right.
So I want to do a windshield wiper, and you get that, and you bring your windshield wiper. It's going to be here, you know. So that brings your timing. It helps you hit it out in front more too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, as you do the windshield wiper here, don't stop the arm. Just bending your elbow, let it come up over your shoulder here a little bit. Okay. So the wrist is going to be at contact point or impact. Upper body rotating, turning. You're still watching the ball. Your wrist is still cocked back. Your body's in balance, never falling backwards. And your left arm coming up and out of the way, like I said. First arm up and out of the way, like it releases a latch of the shoulder that can go around now easily. And then if it goes over here, then you're opening too much.
Right.
So that's
So
why
just
I said,
answer the phone.
Just keep it down. Don't throw it back. Just go answer the phone.
Answer the
here
phone.
and
That's a
bend
good
it.
one. That's a great analogy.
Let's see if the pros are going to do that too
Okay,
when we
let's
see
see.
this here. So contact point first. I'm really looking to see if when the pros are hitting, if their wrist is still here, or by the time they hit, they have done this.
Let's look.
All right. So we got a little Sharapova on the run here. I got the circle on the wrist. Speaks for itself. She's got an Eastern, maybe semi-Western forehand. I think it's Eastern. Maybe it's semi-Western. She hits it to a flat, could be Eastern. And
Right.
she's a
Cocked.
Western. That's Moresmo. That's a Western grip.
Right.
And
She's
the
still
wrist
cocked, though.
cocked as she's hitting it. Now I'm going to blow your mind with a sequence of 6 pages here that first we're going to look quickly at one by one, and then you're going to blow back on all of them, and then you see, wow, so many people the same pattern.
Let's see it.
Here we go. Contact point. You see the wrist cocked as they're hitting the ball.
Right. All of them.
All of them.
Blake. Yep.
Davenport. I think it's Italian Gorbatoli. I'm not sure. This is Venus. This is Ferrero. This is Kuznetsova.
Yeah.
Federer. This is the man
cocked
himself,
wrist.
#1 in the world here. Talking about a cocked wrist at impact.
Yeah.
You know, it's very cocked.
And then you've
Up and
got-
coming junior,
yep.
up and coming junior.
Same thing.
Wrist cocked, wrist cocked.
Agassi, Roddick, wrist cocked.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Bruguera back here. So you back up, you see all these people with their wrist cocked when they're striking the ball. And hey, I got plenty. Kim Kleister's hitting the high ball. She just won the U.S. Open. Cocked wrist. Venus.
Cocked
And then
wrist.
Steffi, arguably one of the best forehands ever in the history of the game. On the girls' side, there's a cocked wrist again at contact.
Right.
And you know what? The good players have been doing it for a long time, because here's Diane Fromholtz
This
at
wrist.
Wimbledon.
Wow.
Wood racket.
Look at the cock on that wrist. And look at it. She's hitting it in front of her body.
Right. So pros have been doing this for a long